While working on his dissertation, for his doctoral degree at Boston University, he heavily plagiarized from another author who had done research on a subject similar to King's.
So he wasn't this smart, bright, oracle guy that y'all make him to be.
You said heavily plagiarized too.
Every word.
He's a fucking thief.
As academic committee later found that over half of King's work was plagiarized.
So it looked like somebody got him through so he can get those certificates.
Yeah.
Yet would not revoke his doctrine.
See, that will not revoke his doctrine. There it go, right there. The elites pushed him through, and that's why you was calling out the guy name who set him up.
Yeah.
King was dead by this time, and the committee ruled that revoking the title would serve no purpose.
Right, because then all the blacks would find out that this nigga was a fucking fraud and he wasn't about what he stood for. So they said, no, keep that lie so that spirit can continue to be pushed out.
Just like today, the Rick Ross one.
Yep.
It was also discovered that King's famous "I Have a Dream" speech was also not his own. He stole it from a sermon by Archibald Carey, a popular black preacher in the 1950s.
And I looked that nigga up too, and that goes back, well, not him, but them speeches and what they doing, they go back to the Harlem Renaissance. That's where he got that shit from. Because remember, them was the strongholds back then for us. So Esau knew, like, this is what controlled these people.
And the Harlem Renaissance was about the talented 10, the sellouts of Judah back in the, what years was those?
30s.
Yeah, the 30s. The 30s to the 50s.
30s to the 50s.
Right after the Great Depression.
Yep.
Number 3, King was under FBI surveillance for several years until he died, due to his ties with communist organizations throughout the country.
Making sure that nigga stayed according to plan.
Big Brother. That's what the whole pyramid Big Brother watching you mean.
Yep.
To make sure everybody doing what they supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
King accepted money from the organizations to fund his movements. In return, King had to appoint communist leaders to run certain districts of his SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, who then had projected their communist ideas to larger audiences. A federal judge in the 60s ruled that the FBI files on King links to communism to remain top secret until 2027.
Because what he was doing was he was going off to different. He was planning to make. He was doing trips to different countries and speaking about civil rights of all nations. He wasn't just about pro-black. You know, like
He's about the Baja.
Right, exactly. It's gonna say it. He was going to Israel. He wanted to go to Israel to speak to those Jews about civil rights, but he didn't want to make the Muslims mad that he was going over there to Israel because he was about the whole world. So he didn't know what he should do about it. And I actually was reading the tapes on that. You can look it up on Wikipedia. He was talking to Beryl Rustin about it. All they tapes. And he was, like molding them in. Because Beryl Rustin, he was the agent to set up Martin Luther King.
It says Senator Jesse Helms appealed to the Supreme Court in 1983 to release the files, so the correct bill in the Senate to create the Martin Luther King federal holiday could be abolished. He was denied. It says he was denied. This is the last point, point 4. One of King's closest friends, Reverend Ralph Abernathy, wrote a book in 1989 in which he talked about King's obsession with white prostitutes. King would often use church donations to have drunken sex parties.
Yeah, he was getting it in. He was freak ass.
You think he wasn't?
Pastors doing that.
I'm just telling you, you think he wasn't?
Yeah.
Ain't no right then. None of them niggas righteous.
Them niggas was wicked ass. They was wicked.
Yeah, it says where he would hire 2 to 3 white prostitutes, occasionally beating them brutally. This has also been reported by the FBI agents who monitor King.
And you know they love getting intel on you niggas so they just can expose y'all, man.
Yeah.
That was
So I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
that was J. Edgar Hoover's COINTELPRO program.
Yep. At his finest.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It says King was married with 4 children. Martin Luther King Day. With 4 children, sorry. Martin Luther King Day, a day when this country will come to a screeching halt so we can have parades and memorials to honor this man, a man that most of the world views as a saint for his role in the civil rights movement. No great leaders in our nation's history, none of them have their own holiday. All our great war heroes share Memorial Day. All of our great presidents share President's Day. Yet King, a man who was a phony, a cheater, a traitor, and a sexual degenerate, gets a day of his own.
Right.
Because they don't understand that he had the biggest plan. He
had the biggest, man.
biggest job of them all.
The most important.
Yeah.
Like our job, we got the most important job in America right now.
In the world.
Yeah, in the world. Yeah,
To
you're
get
right.
those niggas
The world.
to sleep. That's why everything is still pushing. They still giving him praise on this shit nowadays. They ain't even made this lesson was actually supposed to have been out the basically the premiere of his movie Selma, you know. But the Lord had it, you know, be prolonged a little bit. But we still in Black History Month, so it don't even matter. Okay, let's now we go get into the scriptures. Isaiah 1:23, Jeremiah 23:1-4. Isaiah. Alright, I'm going to get Zephaniah 3:4. Alright, right, get Micah 3:1. Okay. Alright, this is Isaiah. Alright, good. This is Isaiah chapter 1:23. It says, like princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. Well, princes are rebellious and companions of thieves. And this go for all these niggas right here. All these people on this side who are of our nation, which is all of them. Go ahead.
Everyone loves gifts.
Yep, that's why all these niggas in these high standards. That's why all of them got this money. Go ahead.
And followeth after rewards.
Because that's all he was doing was Bear Rooster and Martin Luther King, so he can have a few prostitutes.
Yep.
So he can have money in his pocket.
They judge not the fatherless, neither doth the cause of the widow cometh unto them.
See that the cause of wealth coming with them. The women of our nation, the fathers, talking about the whole nation as a whole. They don't give a fuck about their own people, and that's what these niggas was about. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Jeremiah
Kind.
23:1.
Yep.
Jeremiah 23:1. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture,"
Yep.
said the Lord.
Because he created this whole idea of getting along with the so-called white man. That's their main objective, is to get along. That's what Tazariak and them doing indirectly as well.
They doing it
that
now
shit
too.
indirectly as well. We can get along with them, even though they speak it not. But how you get along?
No,
with
Tazariak just telling you to get along with everybody who believe in everything except Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
They black, they Latin,
Yeah.
they Native
They can
American.
be a bunch of
It
devils.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They can be, like you said.
Yeah, he deriving the people from spirituality.
Yeah, he pulling their skin off them again. Cause who gives a fuck if you black like Native American? You got to be an Israelite. What tribe you from? Who is Yahweh Shah? What does he mean to you?
It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock." and
Oh,
driven
I'm
them
sorry.
away."
You know what Tazariak doing too? Who's supposed to come in next? The Northern Kingdom King's supposed to come in after that. The mixed multitude. So why he telling the blacks, Latin's, Native American to say fuck integration? We need segregation because they know that the multitude finna come in looking from all other nations. So they already finna have it where we these cool crazy guys who got all these hypocrite white people, Chinese, Arab, African. So when that fold come in, they really can scoff and say, look, see, we told y'all. All that shit they talk. Who's the number one talking about white people gonna die, Arabs gonna die, Africans gonna die, Chinese gonna die. Now look, that's what they doing. Well, we always one head. Well, we always one step ahead of y'all. Those of us that elect gonna know this. Some gonna see this video. Some gonna already know this. Like we know it. That's why we can predict what y'all finna do.
It says, therefore thus said the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord gonna fuck y'all up, man. That's it.
So we ready for that battle of the mixed multitudes, by the way.
One more verse. And I will gather the remnant of my flock
See
out
that?
of all countries.
Uh-oh, see that? That was the
That's
spirit.
the spirit.
My bad.
Nah, that's right. That's just the spirit, man. Because we know the scriptures. So obviously that's gonna have to come up. So what remnant? Where's the remnant at? Where's the 1/3? You didn't say nothing about the 1/3. Martin Luther King. What about the 1/3? What about the 2/3? Jesse Jackass. All these ones on the side. What about the 1/3? What about the 2/3? They don't know.
They don't never know unless we do. It says, it says, I have driven them and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Yeah.
And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. Neither shall they, because that's being dismayed. Y'all dismaying the masses. It says, neither shall they be lacking, said the Lord. And dismay just mean afraid, but
Lacking what? Lacking truth, understanding, and anything that we need in this world to sustain us on a day-to-day basis.
Go ahead, Amar.
This is Zephaniah, you said 3 and 4?
Go.
Chapter 3, verse 4. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary.
Yep.
They have done violence to the law. It says the just Lord.
Every man for his neighbor. Y'all did violence to the law. Go ahead.
The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame.
Right. So when we get up in the morning, and I'll be seeing them news clippings of floods and people falling out of airplanes and
Oh, it's crashing. I think it must have been an Issachar, right? Probably.
Yeah, he got his
got his head fucking chopped off.
See?
He was driving, got into a car crash, and whatever went through the window, his head is severed off. Head's in the back of the seat.
that's why I say scourges is sent for amendments.
yeah.
But they don't consider the
And
scourges.
then it was mocked at because people was just taking pictures and
Wow.
his own worst thing.
Even though that's somebody, I
Yeah,
seen that, but
yeah.
when I read it, I dare not watch it. I read it and was like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, you see all of
And went from it. On the real, I'm gonna go back now.
You see everything. His head, the head is off.
Yeah,
It's the bone,
it's that
blood. He just like if he was driving, like the little cul-de-sac was rolling.
Man.
That nigga was animated.
It says, I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is no inhabitant. I say, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction,
Mm.
so their dwelling should not be cut off, howsoever I punished them. But they rose early and corrupted all their doings.
Right. See that? They rose early. Meaning y'all saying, fuck Yahweh Shah, we got this.
Yeah.
Tazariak, we know what we doing.
Yeah.
We need to we need to desegregate then did I say it right?
Desegregate.
Yeah. That's what he on now. So he got them on. We just all become black power. We'll be okay. Fuck Israel. He done threw Israel out the window now. He said, "Come as you are."
That's
How far are you?
just the 3. I mean 4.
Yeah, yeah, we good.
Okay. All right.
This is Micah chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment?"
Right. The judgment is that we supposed to be amongst our own nation.
2/3.
Right. So there's a 1/3 and 2/3. The judgment that this place is gonna be fucking destroyed. Is it not well for you to know judgment? And it's talking to the heads, right? Go ahead.
It says, "Who hate the good and love the evil."
Right.
Who
Because
pluck?
the good is Yahweh Shai. The good is the kingdom. Ultimately, that's what it's talking about. The kingdom, niggas.
That's right.
But they want to stay. They want to build communities. The only community we're gonna have, which is not gonna be no community, is gonna be a kingdom,
Nation
man.
and the kingdom.
Yep.
It says, "Who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones."
That's what Tazariak just did, basically. Okay, it ain't about. He didn't say nothing about Israel. He said blacks, lads, and Indians. He didn't say nothing about Israel, and that's why Saw nigga asked him. He said what? He said, "So who can come?" See, and he's setting his ass up. He
That's
asked him,
all.
"Who can come?"
He with that, but he with that.
Yeah, exactly. He said, "Who can come?" And you ain't gotta be a Hebrew Israelite. You can be a Muslim. You can be a Buddhist. You can be a fucking Satanist. Then you still black.
Yeah.
You got that love everybody spirit.
Yep. And same thing that these false ass teachers then did.
That's why. That's because the CIA came to Tazariak and told them, "You either get down or you lay down." That's why Tazariak had a message for us after that first polite video when he was sitting there. He had that little fingernail thing out. He said, "So what about?" So he said, "So what about them GMS guys?" He said, "Oh, they ain't gonna be around too long." He said, "Oh, don't worry about them. They ain't gonna be around too long." I knew then that he got a verbal message saying that them Edomites, they gonna come deal with us. That's why he bluntly said, he said it proud as hell too. "Oh, don't worry about them. They ain't gonna be around too long." I said, "Wow." I said, "Okay then." I said, "Well, come on, because I'm riding this all the way."
It says, "Who also eat the flesh of my people."
Right. That's when the black when these niggas first came on the scene, eating the flesh is, are we African Americans, or we pro black, or we colored people, okay, or we Americans. That's taking the taking the flesh off of you. Go ahead.
It says, "And flay their skin from off them."
Right. Which is the truth. Okay. Which is who you is as a people. Go ahead.
It says, "And they break their bones." And they break their bones.
And they separated us, okay, Latino American, Native American, African American, or within the religions as well. Go ahead.
And chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as flesh within the cauldron.
Right, that cauldron is this fucking America system. Okay, so after they stripped off our nationality from this the next step.
It says, "Then shall they cry unto the Lord,
Right, now you want to cry to the Lord, go ahead.
but he will not hear them."
Right, because you niggas saying y'all fucking African Americans. That's why y'all going through shit. Y'all going through. Y'all done took off our nationality. Now Jake out here bugged out, but now they want to cry to the Lord. The Lord ain't hearing you niggas. It's because y'all ain't proclaiming who the fuck y'all is. And that's why the black conscious community or any fucking civil rights community there is now today within our people, the Lord letting their ass get mowed the fuck down. Because what? The beginning. You let these motherfuckers take your nationality off you.
Yeah. There's
Now
no
it's open
hedge.
season for you.
No hedge. I wish I took the hedge from his
That's
people.
what it is.
He said, "Get their ass. Let them cry unto their own gods."
Yeah.
What Caesar Bowes you're at?
Yeah.
It says, "He will even hide his face from them at that time,
Because y'all African Americans now. So.
as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, and bite with their teeth, and cry, Peace. And he that
They
putteth
bad with their teeth, meaning they like dead set on their agenda. Martin Luther King, he was dead set on his agenda. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Say
you.
that
That's
again,
exactly what. Yeah, come on with
Yeah,
that.
they use that power and that influence they got. That's why they be able to gather and have like rallies and stuff and big ass congregations and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
The money they was given from the white people.
Well,
it says, Peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him.
Wow. And that's what Tazariak did. He prepared war against Yahweh by saying, nope, come as you are, no matter if you come with the African stuff or whatever. Hey,
Therefore night shall be unto you. That
darkness.
Darkness.
That ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you.
You think I know for sure they ain't having no vision.
Hell no, they
As we
haven't.
speak right now, they ain't having no vision, man.
What if
More
they
than
having
got.
vision? Their ultimate vision is talking about their agenda.
Yeah.
Their agenda is gonna be plagued. The Lord is fucking them up with them visions though, because the elites getting them visions.
Yeah.